So if your OSM plugin doesn't work, if it's giving you trouble, there's a lot of reasons that might be happening. It might be that your Python library is not updated. It might be that your internet has a weird proxy going on. It might just be that Overpass Turbo's servers are overloaded or something like that. It's hard to say exactly why those things happen, but there's a pretty easy workaround that's quite reliable. So what you do is, instead of hitting Run Query, you click Show Query right here. And then you'll get all of this this code that has been generated for you in the format of an OSM query through this service called Overpass Turbo, which is what this plugin uses. So on some computers you have to scroll up a little bit. It'll show like this. You have to scroll up a little bit to get that to see it all. But what you do is you just select everything and you copy it. And then you're going to go to a website, which is overpassturbo.eu. There was also an option to click on Overpass Turbo on that window that we were just in, and that'll take you here as well. But you go to overpassturbo.eu, and right here where it says this is an example, you just delete that, and you paste in what it generated for you, and then all you have to do is click Run. And then you let it process. And then it's probably not going to update the map, but that's alright. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Export. And then we are going to download it as a GeoJSON, so just click Download right there. Alright, and then you can go back to your QGIS, and we can close this for now. So all you have to do now that you've downloaded that data is, from your Downloads folder, just click and drag it right into your map. And this should work a little bit faster for you probably. So you can select all, and then you're going to say Add Layers. That's okay. Alright, and there you've got your highways of Blacksburg showing up there. Now I will typically turn off the things I don't need, so for this example I'll turn these two off, and then you'll rename this something like Highway Blacksburg and save it into your data folder. So that's a quick workaround that you can do for all the different layers that we're going to be using in this tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start today's tutorial by downloading an administrative boundary that is going to be helpful for us in cropping some of our topographic data for Blacksburg. So I know that the administrative boundary of Blacksburg is on OpenStreetMap, but I'm not sure exactly how it's classified. So I went ahead and went to the OpenStreetMap website, and I found this boundary line, and I queried it using the query features over here. And when I clicked on it, I found that it was described as admin level 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to QGIS, and I'm going to go back to the Quick OSM plugin in Blacksburg, Virginia, type in admin level, and make that 8, and then go ahead and run the query. Okay, great. So your admin layer should look something like this. You can go ahead and delete, actually keep both the polygon and the line, because sometimes one works better to crop data than the other. I think we'll want to use it as an overlay, so we'll probably use the polygon. So keep those both. You've got your town outline. You know, you can go ahead and like style one of them to look a little bit more like an administrative boundary, which to me is slightly heavier lines and dashed lines. So I'm going to turn this into like a dark gray, and we're going to bump up the stroke width a bit, and we're going to turn this into a We'll do dashed line. Let's see how that looks. Maybe a little bit too thick. Try that. Perfect. All right, great. That's fine. That'll do. Okay. So that's going to be the boundary where we'll crop our topography. So you'll see I changed a little bit from last time. I'm actually going to drag these. You can drag layers on top of each other to change the order in which they show up. I thought those buildings were looking a little like they were being hidden, so I just dragged them to the top. I got rid of the color in the roads since the last tutorial because for this tutorial I want to focus on looking at how the topography of Blacksburg interacts with its streams, which are in blue, and its buildings and potentially its roads, though I may get rid of the roads later on. So all the color of the roads was going to distract from that kind of analysis, so I just turned them to gray for now. But alright, so I just Control S to save it, so now we've got our administrator boundary in here. So now what we're going to do to download the topography data is we're going to go to